Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Episode 3. They call it Episode 3 of the Mud and Bread Podcast. And we're here. We've got Jason Scoop, tremendous. And El-Man. Hello, Elvis. Say hello.
I'm great. You're not that tremendous. You're not that big. It's nice to have you here by the fire. It's always interesting company. We don't know who's going to show up.
It's big in stature. We call it stature.
What's his name? Kevin Hart's not that big, but he's big in stature.
He is. I saw him. He waved at me.
He's the big person. Pudding. You want to get into these news topics?
Speaking about big, there's a big home in Canada owned by Patrice Cullors, the founder of BLM. Interesting name for the owner of BLM. What color is she?
It's an interesting name.
So $8 million. People don't like that she has a home. She did great work for the society and the world, and she can't have a house for $8 million? Like, what's the problem? What's the problem?
I think the thing is that, well, first off,
too expensive.
Everything's a scam. This is why I've never donated to anything.
Don't say scam and BLM in the same sentence. Like, scam might be like Russia, not BLM.
Everything is a scam. Russia's a scam. Everything is a scam. This is why you don't donate to anything. And people are up in arms. I say, God bless, because I knew it was bullshit anyway. And then
BLM helped my whole neighborhood. My whole neighborhood has BLM flags outside, and they're singing the praises. You know, their electric went higher, but BLM is doing well.
The thing about BLM is they chose the name Black Lives Matter. It's like when Obama ran. He ran on hope and change. How are you going to run against hope and change? Black Lives Matter. So if you don't agree with Black Lives Matter, are you saying Black Lives don't matter?
Right.
No, it's if you went on their website, their list of goals, I have never met, and I know a lot of black people. I'm a little tiny bit black myself.
Yeah, you're a smatter.
I know a lot of black people on every economic level, all types of black people.
I know black people.
Look, nobody knows the African American. No, I don't know any black person who agrees with anything on the BLM website.
Really?
They were like, we want to eradicate the idea of personal responsibility. They're like, we want to undo the structure of the family as a man and a woman. Like, I don't know any. It was a, you know, I think a lot of people got duped. Well, there was a comedian, I wrote his name down, David Lucas. He was an awesome comedian, black guy from Austin, Texas, and he was on stage talking about BLM, and there was a heckler. They were like, oh, you blacks sent your money to the BLM. He's like, we didn't. He's like, no, I don't know any black people who donated to BLM. He's like, it was all gay white people who donated to BLM. He's like, it was queer white people, LGBTQ.
Can we find out who actually donated? Like, will they reveal that ever? No. There's no way to find out what the demographic is for real.
But my point is, knowing that it was a scam, knowing that everything is a scam, but that's another thing. I support scams. Everybody's trying to get rich in America. If somebody gets rich, God bless. If you want to buy a house duping all these white people who are like, because
you really don't like BLM, huh? No, I thought BLM was like a Lord and Savior.
No, but that's my point, is that I don't have a problem with BLM. I don't have a problem with any organization that makes money. I don't
Sounds like you're backpedaling.
I don't hate a scam.
It's not a scam. It's not a scam.
But
people have been marching. You see all these people marching in the street. Obviously, it's important. Like, scam. I don't know. But people are upset with this woman. She did the Lord's great work, and she got an $8 million home in Canada. Number two, she gave her brother $840,000.
Not mad at it.
Okay. All right. I'm not sure what I feel about that. Now I'm starting to think something might be up. I don't know. And she gave Damon Turner, the father of one of her children, $970,000 for creative services and to produce live events. Did he?
I don't know. If you were the father of my children, I would give you $970,000.
Let's go.
But how do you
call me daddy, baby? Man, I'm all your fathers. Write me in.
But how do you feel about her giving the father of her child more money than her brother? How do you feel about that? I'm not mad at it.
Did the brother help her make a child? If the brother helped her make a child, then he could get more money.
No, I'm not mad at that. I think you grow up with your family, but then if you have a spouse and you make babies, then you start a new family. So
I don't know how I feel about that.
But look, you were saying marching before. Right. We've discussed things like what would it take for you to go out and march? I'm not marching over anything.
Actually, you know what? I've never marched, but I did go to one lockdown protest because a friend was going, and I saw people losing their businesses. And
hate
something
that.
seems a little fishy.
Well, that's one thing I would donate to.
The shutting down.
The
Not
guy
donate, but
the
I,
guy from Barstool Sports. He had a fund help small businesses. I have a lot of friends who own businesses. They were hurting a lot.
I'm just going to interject this BLM because I wrote down my own news that we didn't even talk about this. This is new to him. So $48 billion could have been given to small businesses, but Congress or Senate, I don't know, it's all the same to me because I don't really know politics, struck it down. Some government thing that I'm not involved in. Am I involved in? I'm not going to tell you. If I'm involved with Russia, I'm not going to tell you. But anyway, $40 billion was given to Ukraine, but we couldn't give $48 billion to small businesses here.
Yeah, but once
Have
again,
we learned yet that nobody gives a shit about you?
exactly. The government, BLM, CLM, TLM. It doesn't matter what 3 letters you could find and put in a blender and put together. Nobody cares.
JEN.
It's every man for himself. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like, everyone's divided, Republican, Democrat. Like, I don't care. Everybody has their things that they decide that they might side with a little bit more. But when it gets to the point where, like, I don't like my neighbor, I don't talk to my neighbor anymore because he voted for such and such, or that guy down the street. Once they start turning Americans against each other, that's
Right.
what the enemies want.
Yeah, I don't need the government turning me against my neighbors. I have my neighbors giving me reasons to turn against them.
Yeah, you
I
texted
don't
me
talk
the other
to my
day. You're like, I'm
neighbors.
considering murdering my neighbor.
Right, this is true.
Yeah, but then
Just
you
to
sent the
consider,
text
just a
30
thought.
seconds later. Never mind.
I
That was
also
a quick turnover.
I
rate.
also was dreaming about flying last night and thinking about flying, and so murder. That would never cross my mind. I don't.
You, sure,
I
you're
don't talk
saying that
about
you
murder
can't
every
dream about
day.
flying and kill people?
I don't know. Let's go back to BLM.
Telling me
I never murdered
that you can't
anyone.
dream about flying
So
and killing.
BLM is very successful. Maybe that's why people are marching because they're just so excited that they got that jumping powder in them.
That's
They're
what
like,
I'm saying,
"Choop, choop,
though.
choop."
I don't hate anything that's successful. BLM
Really?
was incredibly successful,
You know
but I knew
successful?
what was up.
$42 million in net assets between July 2020 and June 30th of 21.
Can we get a cause and rile people up, and can we make money? Where's our $42 million?
Small business is something I feel strongly about.
Nah,
Not
nobody cares.
censoring
No.
cancer cures.
Nobody cares.
No one cares about
People
small
might think
business.
you need an emotional, you need something deep.
Cancer.
That's good.
Not censoring cancer cures would be nice.
That's
that would
good.
be super
There's a
cool.
lot of money in cancer.
Yeah.
You're Jewish.
No.
Well,
Sure.
I know you don't really identify
No,
as
I
Jewish.
don't identify. I don't march to church or temple. Is that what the Jews go to temple?
I think they go to
No,
temple.
I'm like church. Yeah,
I don't
temple.
know. Hey, I'm a
I don't identify with any group. It's just flawed. Because once you put me into like the woman group, what do women want? They want babies. They want marriage. They want a guy to support them. I like a poor guy who can't support me. I want no marriage and I want no kids. So don't put me in the women
Fellas,
group.
she wants a poor guy who can't support
Yeah.
her. They're all lining up
Yeah,
outside.
yeah. Poor guy works harder. I don't know.
For years, I said that I wasn't part of a group too until I realized I was looking in the mirror. I was like, what am I? Because, my
am
mom's
I?
one thing, my dad's something else. I look in the mirror. Growing up, all the kids were like, I remember this girl, Tara Lanigan. She was going around. She was like, you're peach colored and you're and she looked at me and she's like, and you're like brown. And then everybody started laughing.
Really?
So, yeah, she did. Which she didn't mean
I
any
don't see it
malice
was
by
brown.
it.
I see it was like very milky iced coffee.
Yeah, milky iced coffee. That's my point. What am I? What am I? Everybody has a different answer for that. But the thing is, do I care what other people say? What do I think I am? And I realized I was finally,
Yeah,
I was,
who are
I was
you?
looking in the mirror one day and I was like, I am an extremely light brown American.
Okay.
That's my group. And I have friends, and I got to tell you this because you're always talking about coloring.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're talking about, as a woman, makeup and eye color and hair
right,
color.
right. And then
so
most of my friends are the same coloring.
yeah, you're like, your
You're
friends,
coloring.
you seem to like certain people with certain coloring.
Yeah.
I realize that when I meet other people who are
Right.
members of the extremely light brown American community,
Right.
there's a thing.
Yeah, that's how I feel with them.
We get along.
The people that look like me, I make it a little uncomfortable. I don't know.
Yeah.
All my friends look the same. You're gonna meet Kara again on Sunday. They all
I've
look
met
like the
Kara.
same family. They're
I'm-
all a little bit Latin. They all have like some type of Latin mixed in there, and that makes me feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Maybe because it makes me feel like they're gonna like make a meal for me or take care of me, or I don't know. I just feel very comfortable around
Yeah.
them. Megan, shout out Megan, love you. Ecuadorian, Irish. Anyway, continue.
Well, my point is, if a cop ever abuses a member of the extremely light brown community, extremely light brown American community, I'm gonna step up and I'm gonna be the Al Sharpton
Oh God.
of the extremely light brown American
does great
community,
work, too.
And then I'll have a mansion in Malibu.
Okay. Or Malibu. What about Canada with
Actually,
colors?
this is the black thing. Well, technically, I'm a little bit black, but I don't know.
Yeah, you're 20,
We got to
right?
come up like 20% black.
20%.
I don't know
So that
about the
means I'm
fist.
like
I got to create a
1%.
new thing. I got to create like a new. Because there's light skin, but I'm not the light skin. Like in the black community, there's light skin, there's
Right,
high yellow,
right.
there's all this stuff. No.
Yeah, what would you be?
I'm an extremely light brown American.
Right.
Because I don't like anybody else's
You're also
terms.
Indian.
Yeah, I'm a little Indian too. 13% Indian.
That's why we hang out. More joke opportunities.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what I'm saying. Girl, forget
What's up?
political
What's up?
correctness, forget this. Get your money. Get your money. Andrew Colors, Patricia, Letitia Colors, whatever her name is, get
Patrice
your money.
Colours.
Make it. This is America. Who cares?
She's
Everybody
doing
stop,
well.
Stop crying.
Her baby daddy's doing well. I
Yeah.
gotta say, I feel like, with abortion not being allowed in some places, there's a lot of men that are like feeling like Damon Turner getting all this money. They're like, yeah, it's a good time for men to have sex with a rich lady.
Yeah. It's a good time for male
What's she gonna
child
get rid of your
support.
baby? I don't think so. Great time for the broke men who want to trap a woman. Here's your time. This is your time.
Yeah.
2022.
Fellas, get out there,
Do you
do
know
it.
anyone who's done that? Who's actually trapped a girl with a baby?
Yeah.
You do?
I know at least one person. You know this person. You're not a fan of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He married. Yeah, he married a very, very, very rich Jewish girl.
Oh.
And yeah, I mean, he made money in his own right, but he secured himself, and he's not stupid.
Wow. I don't know. I really don't know what you're talking about, but I guess that's good. So
I'll tell
I don't
you
get in trouble.
off camera.
Off camera. All right. So the next, if you want to spend your money in an interesting way, you can go on a cruise ship and you can live there instead of a house. You don't have to have a grass, which I think grass is really stupid. Don't get me started on
She
the
hates grass. She
I just
really
think,
hates grass.
Why are we spending all this money and all this water to water these green things coming out? Why do we need these green things? It doesn't make sense. But anyway, so these couple, actually, this is true. News from my mom. They decided to live on a cruise ship instead of renting a house. They have all you can eat, unlimited drinks. Their only expense is tips and a room on board. They also get to see different places. So what do you think about living on a cruise ship?
Look, to each his own. I personally, I don't like cruises.
Me neither.
Okay, I don't like
Well, I've
being.
never been on one.
I don't like being stuck in one place.
Me neither. I
If
feel a
I'm
little
on
stuck
vacation,
right now.
I like to be adventurous. I like to go out. I'm the opposite of Jen. I like the risk of death.
Ugh.
You know, I want to go into the village. I want to meet the people. You know what I'm saying? When you're on a cruise, everything is like overly
You got the
safe.
Johnson,
There's
right?
like a itinerary. When I'm on vacation, I don't want an itinerary.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's true.
That's for real life. I don't need an itinerary when I'm
Gives
on
me
vacation.
nervous. I'm getting nervous right
And
now.
also, I believe. Look, I like food. I like drink, but
I like drink.
I like drink.
I like drinks.
But when you're on a cruise,
Mm.
all the food, people get fat, people gain weight. I have family members that went on a cruise for 50 days in a row. 5, 10-day cruises in a row. I'm not hating. I love them. I love my family to death. But that ain't something that I would do.
50 days, basically, right?
50 days. They
50
would
days
get
on
off.
a cruise ship.
They would get off because legally everybody has to get off before the next one. They would chill on the dock and then get right back on. And they did that 5 times in a row.
Maybe they're trying to get away from something. Maybe they're running from like a murder or something.
Don't talk about my family. Don't talk about
I'm
my
just
mother
saying.
family. No,
No, maybe they were good, and maybe
met
someone was
these
after
people.
them. Yeah, great.
we all got along.
Lots of energy. I could see them on a cruise ship. Like so much energy. Just,
Oh my
wow.
God, the casino
Never
dancing, singing.
ending.
Yo, my family is it's as real as it gets.
So you gain weight. Here's the thing. So it's a great time. I was thinking like when I give up on life, because I've thought about this for several hours of my life. Just
You haven't already
getting
given up
old.
on life?
in some ways I have.
Just kidding.
In a lot of ways I've given
just
up on a lot
playing
of
with
things.
you.
And a lot of people. I was actually telling my mom earlier, I said, you won't get disappointed if you just give up. She's like, I can't. I said, yes, you can. I gave up like 20 years ago on a lot of people.
That's a lonely path, though.
No. It's just give up on certain aspects. Like certain people, you're just never going to be on the same radio station. I'm on 97.1 sometimes. A lot of people are 103.5. We're just never going to, that's it. Just give up. Give up. It's not going to happen.
But there were times in my life when I went inward and I stopped talking to a lot of people.
Right.
And I bettered myself. I improved myself. I started drinking a lot less, a lot of things. But
I think
I
you're
also,
saying more.
No.
Like,
But I also started to get really
started
lonely.
drinking more. My
No, but I
life was
started-
great.
But I started to get lonely and I missed a lot of people. But then I
Right.
reemerged and
Right,
you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Like humans are social creatures.
You're right,
Humans
you're right.
need other humans. You know
I
what I'm
often
saying?
wish that wasn't the case. Yeah.
Well, the thing with you, Jen, I know you very well.
Yeah.
you cover all bases. If I'm a little loose out there and I take chances and I roll the dice in life, you, I would say, are the opposite,
Yeah.
but in such a way that you might be holding yourself back.
I agree.
Like, some people, I'm not saying you're the type of person who's afraid to leave the house, but
a little bit.
some people are like, they make sense. They're like, well, if I don't go outside, I'm not going to
Yeah.
get robbed. I'm not going to get shot. I'm
Right.
not going to get killed. I'm not going to get
Exactly.
struck by a car. I'm not going to do
Yeah.
anything. But at the end of the day, if you never leave your house, though, and you're just constantly crunching numbers and being like, well, the statistics
That's what
say
I
that
do,
if I go to
crunch
the
numbers all
supermarket, I
day.
can buy a kiwi that somebody sneezed on, and then I'll get sick.
Yeah,
and blah, 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 blah.
yeah.
It's like, you need a healthy balance of, like, what's the word? Apprehension.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be too, let's 3 sheets to the wind. Whatever happens, happens. But then you don't want to be like, I'm afraid to leave the house. You got to find a medium.
You know, I don't
area.
even need to leave my own house to get poisoned. I was thinking maybe I swallowed some poison ivy because they made a smoothie from my backyard. I think I'm allergic to something I put in the smoothie because I got something going on right now.
Hey, I could give you an old Heimlich maneuver. I wouldn't mind.
Give me some COVID antibodies.
wouldn't
Cough on
survive.
me. Thanks.
No, I would. If you ever need a Heimlich,
No, but
I
on a
gotcha.
serious note, this is true. I was telling Lucky Steve, their shout out to Lucky Steve, we were filming Bring on the Damned at his house just about. I was like, this is not even a joke. Like, the media has done such a good job of branding humans as terrible that I don't really even sign into social media much, and I never turn on the news. But just through Instagram, Facebook, and ads that pop up, the branding of humans, at least maybe 3 times a day, every day, it's like, this person did this human did this person, this human.
yeah, but see, that's
got
that's fake news.
So the branding has actually infiltrated me and gotten me that
you got
humans have been
got
branded
by
as
the
like
fake
bad.
news.
So
Yeah.
now it's like I don't even want to do stand-up comedy for
No, no,
humans
no, no,
because
no,
I'm
but-
like 70% of you
Yeah.
are probably murderers and robbers and
No,
stealers.
no. That's the fake news trying to
Yeah.
divide the country.
Yeah, well, it's
That's
making me like
China.
afraid of the public.
That's China.
I'll go back to stand-up comedy when like the rebranding of humans is better. Because right now the branding
Do
is
your
like,
own stand-up comedy. Host your own show. Do it
yeah,
yourself.
but humans are going to be
you
there.
can have a show
That's
in
the
your
thing.
backyard.
Then I'm going to
There's
carefully
no
curate,
excuses.
as I was telling
There's
Steve.
no excuses, America. That's why we're doing this podcast
If I
right
could
now.
curate the audience, I would. Because it's like a mafia thing. It's like before someone talks
What do you mean
to you,
curate the audience?
like before I talk to someone, like really talk to someone more than like just like obligatory. If I'm really gonna spend some time with someone, I want to know who I'm talking to. I'm like, you know, did you hurt one of my friends? Did you threaten my family? Do you owe someone I love money? You know, I want to know who I'm talking to. That's my rule of thumb. Like, it's like my MO on a deep level. So the whole idea of
So what are
talking
you
to
saying?
the public.
Like hire a private investigator before any interaction to
It's-
get the
it-
person's
well, you can have
fingerprints and their
private
DNA
parties.
and everything? Like
You can have private
you
parties,
can't
I
be,
guess.
you can't
I
just
know,
judge.
you
You
can't.
have to. The world is there's people out there.
Yeah, and a sea of people, I'm like, why should I be talking to you? That's how kind of my thoughts on life.
See what I
lately.
mean? Overly cautious.
It's really bad lately, though. 'Cause I don't want to talk to anyone because I'm like, who are you? Who are you? Why should I talk to you? You know, really.
Meanwhile, I talk to everybody.
gotta work on
I'm
that.
surprised I never got kidnapped as a kid.
You know, if you guys have thoughts on how I can warm up to the public again, because really, I think since 2020, the branding is just so bad. Like 2019, think of how humans came off in 2018, 2019. I feel like it was more like razzle dazzle, more like, all right. But 2020, like, I don't know. I don't know about you guys. I don't know. So let me know how to, maybe we can make humans better. Maybe we can actually make them better. 'cause
I don't
honestly,
know.
we
I
could be
just
better.
think. I just think it became a civil war about the vaccine. Like the
It did.
vaccine was even more divisive than Trump.
Vaccine,
like,
mask, everything. There's
My
a
thing is,
million.
you talk about dates and changes in people and
Yeah.
specific dates.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I look at the world as pre-Trump and post-Trump,
Right?
and a lot of people changed. I stayed exactly the same. It's like Bill Maher. He's like, they're calling me
No, he
right wing
changed.
now. I stayed a liberal like I always have. The world changed. Bill Maher. Shout out to Bill Maher. Funny guy. I always liked his stuff.
Very, very wise in a lot of ways.
I don't know if he's
Well, in a lot of ways. He's informed.
He has funny jokes
Witty,
and he says
witty.
stuff. But is he
You know what?
wise?
I've listened to 10 minutes the last 2 years. Who cares?
I only say that because my hero Norm Macdonald was like, Bill Maher. People think he's so smart. Yeah, because he does jokes. He's like, look at a Bill Maher special from 2004. None of the jokes are gonna relate. They're like, oh, Bush, Iraq, you know. So, but I like Bill Maher. I'm saying I like Bill Maher, but I'm sensitive to the word wise because it's like,
Yeah.
he's funny. He
Yeah.
talks about I agree with a lot
Well,
of
you
what
know
he says.
what?
I
Compared
disagree
to
with
the
some,
average human, he has a bit of wisdom. That's my official take. He's got.
Yeah, and
he puts
seems
some wisdom
fun.
on
He
it.
seems fun.
Yeah.
He like
does.
fucks black hookers and
Oh,
smokes
really?
pot. Yeah,
For
yeah,
reals?
yeah.
Black
Yeah, he had
hookers.
sex with Superhead. Remember
I feel
Superhead?
like he's so famous, so why should he be paying for sex? Like,
No, they're paying the
what,
girl
the
to leave.
women aren't just
no,
like,
no, no.
"Bleh."
No, they're paying the girl to leave.
Oh yeah,
That's the famous
I've
Charlie
always said
Sheen.
that.
It's like, I'm paying the girl
See,
to
that's
leave.
the good thing about being a
Winning.
girl. I feel like guys are generally happy to leave. Like, I don't know. Do you have a problem with that? Ever getting women out? Are they happy to leave? Because I feel like
I don't know. I've had girls refuse
could
to
just
leave
go
my
like
car.
this.
I've had girls literally refuse to leave my car. I mean,
Oh
it's
my
been a
God.
while. It's been a long time, but I've literally had girls
like,
refuse
"I'm not
to leave
getting
my
out?"
car. Yeah, like I'm not getting out. I had a girl refuse to leave, and she's like, "What are you gonna do? Hit me?" And I'm like, "No, but
What?
please leave my car." I threatened to call the cop. Yeah,
You dropped her off and she
I've been,
wouldn't
I've
get
been,
out?
I've been. Can you? I don't want to use the R word, but it rhymes with grape.
Yeah.
I've been graped by a girl who refused to leave the car. She's like, "No, you're gonna FUCK me," and then
What?
yeah, she made me go down on her. Yeah,
What?
she's a Jewish girl like you.
Wow. That's something.
Not that the Jewish part had anything to do with it.
How she's got to
But
be
they
a
go
weird
after
bird.
what they
I
want,
feel
the
like the
Jews.
whole point of someone doing a sexual favor for you is like they enjoy it. So if they don't enjoy it, it's not pleasurable.
What do you mean sexual favor? That
No,
sounds like it's a transaction.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to clean it up for the podcast. But you said the woman made you go down on her, right? So
Yeah. Well, she refused to get out of the car. I've had that with two separate women. They refused to get out of the car.
wow.
The other one,
Anyway.
I was really young, and my mom was picked me up, and she refused to get out. My mom was there, and she refused to get out of the car with my mom. It was like a hostage
What?
situation. Yeah.
What did your mom say? I feel like if I was your mom,
My
I'd
mom
be
was like,
"Excuse me."
sweetheart, sweetie.
Exactly,
I was like a
just gonna say
teenager.
that,
I was like
yeah.
a teenager, and the girl refused to get out.
Wow. Well, that's why I won't live on a cruise ship. Did we? Yeah, I feel like we restarted this 3 times. I'm like, did we say this already? Do you
We
guys
did.
know what we're
We
talking
did the
about?
cruise
Thank you very much. So yeah, you can't get off a cruise ship. I like to be able to get out anytime. That's why I won't get married because you can get out anytime. If you live on a cruise ship, hey, I'm gonna get out. What, in the middle of the ocean? Okay, sweetheart, good luck getting out. That's marriage for me. It's life on a cruise ship.
A lot of people kill people on cruise ships.
And a lot of people kill people in marriages. Maybe
Yeah, it's
marriages
usually-
are just like cruise ships. I
Dun,
think that's
dun,
true.
dun.
People eat whatever they want. They get fat in marriage.
Enough on cruise ships. Let's get into that on episode 4.
Okay, I just want to say also I love Joe Biden. I didn't tell you that today.
We love him.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that.
We love him.
So,
Man, where am I?
yeah, marriage to me, I feel like I've been married 3 times, but I feel like it's what I imagine a cruise ship to be like. And I feel like, no, I wouldn't like it. So the next piece of news, you got to watch this. There's a woman who's breastfeeding. A bald eagle attacked a geese. A geese, yes.
This is crazy. They got one of those not dash cams. They got one of those cameras on the porch. A bald eagle, an American bald eagle,
Right.
endangered species, comes in, swoops in, and grabs her. What was it? Her ostrich? What was
A
it?
geese.
She has a pet goose. This
A
woman.
goose. Yeah, thank you. I was
What
like,
the
geese,
heck
goose.
part of the country was this? In
I
New
said
York, we don't
geese.
have pet geese. And you see the bald eagle swoop in, grab the goose, and fly off like some nursery rhyme, like some fucked up nursery rhyme from like 1802, Mother Goose, whatever. And then you see this woman come out, and I don't know. I thought it was kind of. I mean,
Did she get it?
I don't want to sound like a perv, but like her shorts were like stuck to her butt cheek, and she had
Right,
the baby
right.
in one hand, and she was like running, and she was like, "Get out of here!" And I kind of like a little
Did she
fierceness in a
rescue
young
the
lady,
goose from the
like
bald
a girl
eagle?
who refused to get out of your
Did
car.
she get the bald eagle?
Yeah,
did she
she
get-
saved the goose.
She saved it.
She
Okay.
saved the goose.
So
That's
what
if
would
Jerry
that be?
Seinfeld
Well,
was there.
the bald eagle is a symbol for America. This was really actually a whole symbolic thing by the Illuminati. The bald eagle was America swooping in and taking, well, pretty much everyone's money.
I'm not
that
going to handle
goose is
this
you.
anti-American sentiment, you goddamn communist.
Listen, I have nothing to do with anything anti-American. I'm just saying that perhaps that America is like a bald eagle, and
Am
they
I?
swoop in, and all of us are the goose, the geese, and yeah.
No, maybe you're not a communist. Maybe you're just a libertarian against taxes.
Listen, I never voted. I don't like labels. You know what? I'm whatever you want to be. You know what? If the producer's Jewish, maybe I'm Jewish.
I
you
love
know?
your southern accent because it's bad
It's
on
not
purpose.
Southern. It's not. That's the thing. I always tell you. It's like this is a farmer out past Ronkonkoma, like really far out. It's like some bumblefuck person. It's not Southern. It's like a farmer lady. Covered
Out
in dirt.
past
Covered in dirt.
Ronkonkoma, so
Yeah, like out east. Those people are they're a little weird. You know, so you get some weird people with like teeth. The amount of teeth start going down the farther you go out east in Long Island. Just letting you know that the number of teeth.
Isn't that the richest part of the Earth?
Sometimes, yeah, but like on the way to the rich part, there's like some parts that are not so rich. which is fine. You know, you matter too. I don't have a lot of money. I'm broke. Look at my bank accounts. Trust me on that. I'm nothing like Patrice Colors. I'll tell you that right now. I could use some color.
Don't put that out there.
No, it's good.
No, 48 Laws of Power.
Well,
Act like a queen to be treated like a queen.
I'll just tell you, in this climate, I would love to have spinners on my car. I would, but I don't feel safe. I feel like I'm going to get robbed. So I listen, I'll just tell you this. I've had my car for 2 years. I just got it washed for the first time this week. You know why? I keep the inside clean, impeccable. I sage the inside. Sometimes I spray perfume. Sometimes I burn incense on the inside of my car. Oh, not incense, essential oil. Ew. Anyway, the point is, I've never washed the outside of the car because what kind of car are you going to break into? A dirty car? Or a nice car. And my friend Rose told me to watch, so I watched.
I say have the best cars, golden rims, diamonds. Car. Don't be ashamed.
I want to be a dirty car in this economy. That's what I'm saying. So I'm broke. My car's fucking dirty on the outside. You don't want anything to do with me. I'll tell you that right now.
I bought a 1995 Jeep Wrangler.
Oh, yeah. Congrats. Don't tell your license plate.
I'm not going to tell my license plate, but what do you think? What do you think is my safety of
that
theft?
bald eagle's going to get
what do you think of what do you think is my chances of
theft of your car?
I don't want to say what type of car you own.
No.
But it would. Who do you think?
It might rhyme with Hivik.
If a thief saw your car.
Yeah.
Schmedy schmensch.
A schmivik, you mean?
Yeah, a schmonda schmivik.
Yeah. Love my schmonda.
Whatever.
I love my schmonda.
If they saw your car and they saw my car, what do you think? Who do you think?
Well, is your doors locked now? His doors didn't lock on his car. I would say, well, probably the car that his doors don't lock.
You don't even want to say what type of car you have, and you're giving away the fact that I don't have locks on my door. I don't have locks yet, but I'm going to get the locks.
Exactly. What car am I going to go into? The car that's unlocked, bitch.
I have a beautiful...
What a dumb question, you dummy.
I don't know. No, but answer the question.
All right. I would try the locks on the doors, and then I would go into yours, and I would take your car, bitch. That's what I would do. And if the top's let off, I'm just gonna climb in and jingle, jangle, wee, off I go. Number 2.
Jingle, jangle. Yeah. I have a stick shift, and you said yourself people are less likely to steal a stick shift.
Right, because they don't know how to work it, you know? Like, I'm not stealing a stick shift because I don't know how to drive one. Oops, I'm weakness. Make
like and comment
vulnerable.
below if you've ever stolen a car.
Yeah.
And teach us how.
That's my answer. I would steal yours because I could get into it. Anyway, moving on. The bald eagle is America, and we are all gooses, geese, guys. And we love Joe Biden.
I disagree. I think it's awesome that America doesn't give a crap, and it'll swoop in there, and we'll steal your goose, and we'll invade your country, and we'll blow you up in freedom. Woo!
Yeah, I like that.
And we got scantily clad women with their breasts out chasing after us, and it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, you know you want to be on this because we're the United States.
But our president, I'm really tuned into the president. He doesn't really have that feeling, does he?
Come on.
Do you think he's like...
Look, love the country.
Do you think he's like a bald eagle swooping down on people?
I think he needs
that energy
comment
more.
on Joe Biden because I don't believe Joe Biden exists. Joe Biden is a guy.
I mean, there's no pulse.
Who they have holding him up, and when he has to speak, they have somebody like a Muppet. And
if there's no pulse, do you exist?
Look, folks, look, Biden. Excuse me. He'll get mad. Like, he'll stutter, and then he'll get mad at the person who's just waiting for his response. Like, ask me a question.
What do you think of celery?
Look, hey, pal, come on. Come on. Hey. Look, celery is with the eagle, and that's okay.
That's a sign of old age, because I saw that earlier with my grandma. They get old people when you're actually elderly, when you're actually in the stage of elderly, which is a different species of human. It's a different wave of life, the elderly. He's there because the old people at the old folks home, I watch them, they all get mad. And it's in a way that 30-year-olds don't, because they're so frustrated because they and they start getting mad. So what you just showed, he's getting mad because he's elderly.
And having said all that, we love him so much.
I do.
You gotta love Joe Biden. I got thrown off of TikTok because I made a Joe Biden video. We gotta love. I love him. I would take a bullet for him.
Would you want to be him?
Would I want to be him?
Yeah, because the next segment is we're glad we're not you.
And the president's broken, and that's okay because we're putting them back together. Like, excuse me.
We're gonna need a lot.
Hey, like Humpty Dumpty.
I need some Elmer's glue. Put
That's
them back
okay.
together.
This young lady, we support the LQBGT. She's an L, and that's okay. L's are used to be the gym teachers, and now they're in commercials. They're allowed to own property, and that's what it is. Come on,
Listen,
man.
I played the Bloody Nun because you can only play yourself now, and I'm a real celibate person, so therefore I'm playing the Bloody Nun, a celibate person. You know,
Shout out to the Bloody Nun franchise, which we are both.
I'm
a part
definitely
of.
not an L, to clear that out. I'm celibate Bloody Nun. And all right, so we're glad we're not you. It's Alex Martinez. That's who we're glad we're not you this week. This man.
Oh, this was big.
He's an engineer. He's a main head honcho at Twitter. He does major stuff at Twitter, basically. He might be an engineer. And
I think he's an engineer at Twitter. Yeah.
so this thing, Project Veritas, I'm gonna just summarize this. They out a lot of things like Johnson & Johnson. Like there was some scandal that maybe the vaccines weren't real or something like that. So like Project Veritas.
We don't mention the V word, and we love the V word. We don't. Like I've said on the other episodes, I don't even know. I've never heard of the vaccine. I don't know what it is. I don't know what that word. That sound.
I know.
What? I don't know. What does it mean?
I know about it. I had 74.
I was just possessed by a ghost when that sound came out of my mouth because I don't know what it is. I just don't know. I support everything.
Well,
Whatever they say, Twitter, God, and the CDC and everything. I believe everything. I'm a robot.
is your system rebooting?
I'm highly hail
look like
Dr.
you're-
Fauci. Hail
You look
Dr.
like your
Fauci.
system's rebooting.
Hail Dr. Fauci. What? What are you talking about?
Are you buffering?
No, I'm just saying I love the
Jason's buffering
vaccine.
Right now. So Alex Martinez, he works at Twitter. He's a head honcho at Twitter. This Project Veritas, this thing that kind of outs scandals, things that might be scandals. They confronted this Alex Martinez man. Maybe they got him drunk. It looks like they were on a date. I sent some like flirty little vibes there in the video, and they're undercover filming this Alex Martinez individual.
Good thing. Good social commentary here. This just goes to show they were on a date. Two guys, gay, but a lot of times it'll be a guy. They'll send if he's not gay and he's straight, they'll send a beautiful girl, young, starry-eyed, to flatter them, butter them up, buttered bread, butter them up. Once the drinks start flowing, they'll say anything.
Really? Yeah, I'm glad I don't drink.
Sex
I can't
blinds.
drink.
Sex and ego. This ego stroke really blinds
Drinking
people.
is a serious. Wow. I'm glad I don't drink because no, I'm not leaking any secrets. So good luck getting secrets out of me. It's not happening. Okay. So Alex
I can get a
Martinez-
secret out of you.
Maybe. I don't know. You know where the studio is, but that's about it. So they got this guy lubed up and souped up, and he got a little.
They got him
loose.
lubed up. So
And
strong.
what did he say about Twitter though exactly? He was saying, what did he say?
He basically
Well, we're
said
gonna
what
play the clip.
everybody already knows,
We'll play the
that
clip.
Twitter. Yeah, let's play the clip.
What did he say? We'll tell you what he said. Oh shit.
Why can't we just all love each other? Haven't you seen his other tweets where he's like, I'm like, you're special needs. You're literally special needs. Literally, though, you really are. So, I can't even take what you're saying seriously. Because you're special. So.
Just called special.
People are starting to leak now? Like, what?
Unfortunately, it would be like you recording me right now and giving it to, like, the New York Times. And, like, here, I just had dinner with the Twitter representative. Here's what he had to say. I just had a whole thing look at. You see where it's from?
Corporate security.
Targeting of tweets.
Wait.
You can read it.
Let me see. And how to protect yourself. Groups like Project Veritas are active right now. Is that?
It's like some group that's trying to just out the employees. Like they're trying to go on dates with them like this and record them and then go sell it to the New York Times and say this is what the Twitter employee just said. Like this is what's really happening. This is what they're telling us to not do. You're lucky that you met me organically because I would be questioning everything about you.
It's just crazy that this guy speaks so freely about something so big and important to someone he's just met. Like, how loose lips can you
It shows how vulnerable
be? Would you do that, you
alcohol.
think? You think you've ever gotten that comfortable day 1 or 2 with
Yes,
someone?
I've been manipulated by 1,000 people. Booze makes you act like an idiot. I wouldn't do something like that now. I'm at a point, I'm a little bit smarter. I'm a little more, a million different things. This guy didn't expose anything that everybody doesn't already know. Like, who was shocked by this video? Who was, like, on their farm, on their little house on the prairie being like, wait a minute, wait, hold on, wait. Social media?
Well, what did he actually leak? You need to tell this. You know. Like, what did this guy actually leak? What's the problem?
He just said that they have, like, a left-wing bias.
Okay.
And that they silence
Okay.
right-wing or Republican viewpoints.
Okay.
And that he said that people are too dumb to think for themselves. And he basically said he disagrees with freedom of speech. He said the company as a whole, from the top all the way down, don't believe in freedom of speech. And he was saying that we don't even make a profit because we care more about pushing on an agenda, which doesn't make sense to me. How do you not want to make a profit as a company? But he says, you know, he basically, but I'm saying, who didn't know that? Like, who was this guy?
He said we don't care about profit.
He
we care
said
about making
all
agenda.
that. Yes, he said we don't
okay,
care
that
about
a lot of
profit. He
people would
said
be
we'd
like,
rather push a woke agenda that most people don't even agree with.
That's interesting.
Because that's what, you know, and there's a whole S&P 500, which is the, like, woke meter. It's like the S&P 500 companies need to, the whole system is rigged to go one way because the S&P 500 is a business thing, and in order to be included in that, you need to you know, mark all the bulletin points of being like, we agree with this, whatever the agenda is, wherever that target goes, if you're not there, you're off the S&P 500. So because Elon Musk expressed some more conservative things, he's never been loose-lipped about what he feels one way or another. He was always right there in the middle.
Not like Alex Martinez.
He had fans on the left, he had fans on the right.
Alex Martinez loose-lipped.
Exactly. Loose-lipped. So, but I'm saying, who is this news to? Like, this is why outrage culture, it's like people are like, oh my God, can you believe? It's like everybody already knew this. Like, who's that?
I don't think everyone knew that. A representative from Twitter who said,
I disagree.
Is saying, no, only this detail, that we don't care about profits, we care more about an agenda. That's going to be, a few people are going to be like, huh.
Okay, maybe that was one nugget.
That's the only thing.
That was one nugget of like, holy crap.
That's it. The rest is like whatever.
But I mean, I want to know, like, who woke up from a coma?
Right.
Like, they got into a coma June 2015.
They're like, what? Twitter's not right-wing?
Wait a minute. Not even right-wing. They're like, wait a minute. These people are picking a side?
Right.
You mean to tell me that them folks at Twitter, you can follow me at Kentucky Fried Johnny, they have some sort of bias? I can't believe it. That's no one.
Nah.
So this guy.
You know what? Actually, there are people that really don't know. I know it.
I don't think so. But
people are parents' age.
But what's the big headline out of this?
Well,
him saying that Elon Musk, he was like, he talked about love, and he's like, he's special needs. So basically, this guy who's
no respect for Elon Musk.
He's championing progressiveness and being liberal and woke. He said something very anti-liberal, woke, and progressive, and he's like, he was mocking somebody that he said was special needs. He was being an ableist.
Right. He's like, well, we don't care about this guy who's part of the company. He's special needs. We're going to do our own thing. We got our own agenda,
You know
basically.
what? There was a follow-up video, and you want to play a little small clip of the follow-up video where what's the guy?
Yeah, we'll play right here.
Okay.
Why are you running away from
right
us?
there. What's the guy who runs?
I'm James O'Keefe. I'm on the street in New York City.
What's the guy who runs Project Veritas?
Right here.
Yeah, right here. We'll put his picture right here.
I don't know.
And we'll put his picture and his name.
You look at me like I'm supposed to know everything. I'm like a Project Veritas expert over here. I don't admit what I know, and I know what I don't know, and I don't. All right, I'm not even going to talk. I'm going to go to sleep on this podcast. Well, this Alex guy can run, so it looks like Alex.
It's another one.
Looks like you could use a little bit of a workout, and it looks like you got a workout. So I said God was watching you and was like, you know what this guy needs? I think he needs to go on a run. You know what? You weren't going to the gym. Equinox called. They're like, we haven't seen you in 75 days. You know, you've been going out drinking and spilling all the beans and spilling all your secrets on day one on the first night to any guy. Turned out to be Veritas. Oops. And, you know, God was like, you know what? This guy's since 75 days since he's been to Equinox. Let's put him on a run. And that's why he sent Veritas in, and you got your run. So, we're glad we're not you, but I'm happy that he started his workout plan again.
Yeah, the Lord works in mysterious ways.
It does. How do you think I got this fireplace here? The Lord works in mysterious ways.
Project Veritas.
Yeah.
Gave
Yeah,
you that
God,
fire.
Project Veritas, to get Alex Martinez back on his running game and get sexy, because your love life isn't where you want it to be, girl. Alex Martinez, girl, you know that you wouldn't be spilling the beans on day one to Project Veritas if your game was better. So work it out. Get a little fitter. You could have a little. I got something to pinch. I'm not 100%. I'm pretty good though. Keep yourself up. Things will go better, and you won't have to spill the beans to Veritas and your spies. So get your sex life back, Alex Martinez. That's the story from God to get you working out and feeling sexy. Because you haven't been feeling sexy, Alex Martinez. We saw how you ran through the street from the taxi. He was like,
We should invite Alex Martinez on the show.
I would love that. I would like to give him a workout downstairs in my gym. I would do a free workout for him.
Also, well, you could train him.
What's up, Twitter?
You could train him. We'll film the evolution of Alex Martinez's weight loss journey.
Yes!
Everything's health and fitness with this one.
Yes, it is. That's what life's about.
And we know how to get him to spill the beans and say crazy stuff. We just give him some booze.
And we need the sexy guy from Veritas. We need to find out what his type is, and then find clones of the Veritas leader, and just keep setting them up.
Oh, yeah.
And squeezing secrets out.
I forgot that the only way to get Alex is through a twink.
Or not. Maybe he's a bear. What do you think, right now? What kind of type do you think Alex Martinez has at Twitter? What do you think he goes for? Like, what's his type? You think it's like blondish, like dirty blonde, like muscular, like me as a guy?
He's
or
a bigger guy, right, Alex? Well, like we mentioned. And you heard the voice. You could, if you hear a person's voice, you could,
like, for instance, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you hear a voice like this,
he might look
Like
like,
this,
he
like
might
that,
he
like
might look
this,
like
that voice had
Lester
some
Wallace
rhythm.
from Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
You were saying?
Oh, I said that voice had some rhythm. That was a
yeah,
good one.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't like an Irish dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't no freckle-faced Irish dude.
An Irish dude gets me in the mood.
But if you heard a voice like this, and you couldn't see his face, but you heard a little voice like
I'd
this,
be like,
you might think
you're sexy.
you'd think maybe I was like the size of a horse jockey.
Like, do your top 3 sexiest voices now. I'm gonna rate them.
My top 3 sexiest voices.
Yeah, and it could be it could be like ironic. I would just trick me
I don't
and
know.
do gross voices.
You're the top sexiest voice.
Oh, thank you. I was actually thinking that you would go the opposite, because that's what I would do. I'm an only child. If you asked me to do a top 3 sexiest, I'd be like, sure. And then I'd be like, what's up? Because like
That's hot.
I'm always tricking people. I'm not really gonna do what you asked me to do. Like, maybe depends.
What if we did that as a hidden camera?
What's that?
We set you up at Tinder.
Okay.
And then you met on Tinder, but you talked like that. You were wearing a Project Veritas secret camera in your glasses, and you were just like, hey! A guy wouldn't care.
I've always wanted to do like blind date tricks, but I got afraid. I was gonna do it to this one guy. This guy, listen to this. My back was bad for 2.5 years, so I got a little out of shape. So long story short, a lot of women have cellulite, but I guess in one shot my legs didn't look 100% smooth. There might have been like some signs that my leg wasn't perfectly in shape, because I gained a lot of weight because I was disabled, right? So this guy commented like, ew, like something like that. This shouldn't be allowed or something. I don't remember. It was just something like really
Was
mean
it
and, like,
Jordan
hateful.
Peterson?
No, but anyway, on my other profile or another picture, same guy, not realizing it's me, like keeps asking me on dates and won't give up, and is like really like, whoa, like a little obsessive, but it's like he thought this girl wasn't it. He's like, that's not it. So I was like, I'm gonna get glasses and do a hidden camera and go on a date with him, but I was afraid he would kill me. That's my fear. I'm afraid that they'll like get so mad because
You're
I'm
afraid
like,
everyone's gonna kill you.
well, because I could squeeze some stuff out of him, not physical stuff, but like information stuff,
Didn't that's a good.
That's good. I should get fat again.
Didn't
And then
Tyra
have
Banks
guys
do this
say
though?
mean things and
Didn't
then trick 'em.
Didn't Tyra Banks do this? Like before everybody was woke, because she'd
Right.
probably get in trouble now. Tyra Banks, one of the biggest supermodels of all time, gracing the cover of Sports Illustrated and everything. The Tyra Banks, America's Next Top Model. She put on a fat suit.
Oh, vaguely. I remember this.
Yeah.
Well, I came up with an idea. This is a horror movie. I'm in 3 horror movies, 4 horror movies. Anyway, just in the last 3 months. Here's a plot for a horror movie. I get fat, gain, whatever amount of weight that's considered fat. And then I take a note of all the guys who like make fun of me or the guys who like weren't interested. And I make a list. And then I come back and I lose the 30 pounds.
And
I
then
get
you kill
super
them.
fit, and then I kill them. Like, I was fat. You didn't like me. And I'm like, take this Kentucky Fried Chicken, stick it down your throat. Oh, turkey sandwich. And they all die from like food. The favorite would be the turkey sandwich because in real life, some people are talking like me right now. You're just like, yo, can we just turkey sandwich that? Like, turkey sandwich, just take a turkey sandwich and go,
You know,
done.
I know Lizzo would give that movie 5 stars.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know much about Lizzo. I don't know what she
She's
likes.
fat.
Well, it's killing people with food.
Thought you
though.
said we weren't going to
I
talk
feel like
about
Lizzo,
fat people.
I feel like Lizzo was
We
very
just broke
sweet.
the fat dam. We broke the fat hymen.
Who would
so
like
now
that
it's-
movie? I don't know. I don't think I would. I don't like to watch. smooth
Everybody
stuff
loves
like
a good
that.
revenge flick. What was Kill Bill?
What would be a good revenge? Like if you were some type of villain and someone really did you wrong, like they killed one of your parents, maybe your favorite parent, because we all know it's not.
I don't know. The best
equal.
revenge I saw
What's the best
was
revenge?
some Matthew McConaughey movie,
Okay,
and the guy like insulted his wife.
right.
So he said, "I'm going to give you a knife, and I'm going to put you, and I'm going to lock you in this freezer."
What?
And he goes, "And I want 20." No, he goes, I want 1 pound of your flesh. You could cut it from anywhere. Or
Ew.
if I don't have 1 pound of your flesh in 20 minutes, you're gonna stay locked in the freezer and
Oh my
freeze to death.
God.
So it's kind of Saw-like.
Yes, that is like so.
I don't know. It
I could
freaked me
feel
out. I
it.
couldn't do that to anyone. I don't care
Oh
what they
my
did to me.
God.
That's
No, I wouldn't do that to someone. Even Hitler.
But you would choke him to death with a turkey sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I
turkey
mean that is
sandwich.
less.
That's funny.
bad.
That's funny. Just it's easy, you know. It's like a gun. Like our last episode, I have a lot of weapon ideas. Last episode was banana peels. You slip on it, oops, dead. This time it's turkey sandwich. So if you notice, it's a lot of food because food is medicine. It can kill her,
And on
too.
next episode of the Food Murder Olympics, turkey sandwich versus banana peel. Back to you in the studio,
Actually,
L-Man.
This is actually a self-defense show, and every week I'm going to teach you, humans, they, thems, whatever, how to defend yourself. And this week it's the turkey sandwich. Tune in next week for more self-defense tips to keep your home safe in this very scary economy.
Yeah.
Back
Cosby
to you.
comes
Back
on.
to you, Luke.
I would just put a pill in their drink and poison them. It's like,
Let's tell the people some safety
shocker.
tips. Let's do here. Ready? I have one.
Okay.
Just shit your pants.
As a safety
That's not
tip?
my idea. Yes, you never heard that. I had a feeling you don't know it, so that's why I wanted to say.
A
You
safety
never heard
tip
that?
against what? Getting Cosby?
Getting raped. Yeah, you never heard that before?
Just shit your pants?
Yes, that's what they tell old people.
What if you don't have to shit?
That's why you have to always eat a lot. That's why I eat a lot. I've been drinking a lot before during this podcast to make sure I don't have to shit my pants and like be like, rape. Like no one's gonna hear me. The windows are closed. Like that's why I keep my windows open usually when he's here. But when the windows are closed, I
When
eat a
I'm
lot.
here?
Yeah, when you're here. Because so I make sure I eat a lot. So just even though people can't hear me, I just go and I shit my pants and then I have no fear of rape. So I know that he's not gonna rape me because I'm always ready to shit at any moment.
Why am I doing a podcast with somebody who thinks I'm gonna rape?
Because you're very talented, so it's worth the risk. Yeah. If someone's talented enough, then certain things are worth the risk.
No, I can't put myself in that jeopardy. I quit.
That's the film
I
industry,
quit.
baby.
I quit the podcast.
Oh my God. What kind of jeopardy? I can shit on command. Come back here. Come on, please. Please, baby, please come back. Come back to the
Now
podcast.
you're begging your raper to come back.
Oh my God. Just kidding.
So I'm gonna use this in court.
Self-defense tips.
Pudding.
Yeah, Amber Heard, if you've been sleeping under a rock, she defecated on her bed. If some people don't know this. What? Where does that come from? That, like, what would get someone to do that? Like, what is
What
it?
would get? She obviously he just pissed her off. It's that simple.
If I pissed you off, would you shit on my bed?
It would depend on what you did. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, no. I mean, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I would never poop on somebody's bed. But of all the things that Amber Heard has done, that's
yeah.
not the worst. Like,
Yeah.
I actually don't.
Yeah, that you could
Falsely accusing somebody of like physical abuse, or now
Yeah.
she's saying he raped her. Like, but like you know. No, I'm kidding. But But falsely accusing somebody of a crime is much worse than pooping on their bed. Like, I mean, you know.
Speaking of falsely
get mad.
accusing of a crime, there's a little scandal with Elon Musk this week. He's being accused of something, isn't he?
Yeah. So what I heard is it's not even coming from the woman. It's coming from the woman's friend,
Oh,
which is
yeah, you told me. Wow.
so that's already poking holes in the
Hey,
accuser.
my friend said, I'm going to press charges.
It's like a game of telephone.
Yeah.
It's like she told her, told him, told him, told her. And then there's a big celebrity involved, the richest man in the world. So everybody wants to be like, did you hear da 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 da?
So
But
what, the friend is saying what?
that she was a flight attendant on SpaceX,
Okay.
which where are the flight attendants on a
Yeah,
spaceship?
what?
Like what? Like
Do
are they
they
handing
serve
out peanuts?
Imagine peanut allergy takes down the whole space
there's
because
no-
that's what humans are
Yeah,
doing
exactly.
now. They're dying for peanuts.
But anyways, flight attendant says that Elon Musk exposed himself. Now Elon himself said he said he's voting Republican now, and he's like they're gonna come for me, and then lo and behold, he probably knew this was coming, so he made that tweet a day and ahead. A little
Right.
insider trading there.
Right. He's like, I'm not voting Democrat anymore. He's like, watch, they're going to attack me now. And then
Right.
boom, now he's accused
And
of.
look-
What's he being accused of, though? Tell us.
He's being accused of exposing himself to a flight attendant on his own
Okay.
airline. It's like
And the friend is doing the accusing,
the friend is the one who came out and said it, but
not the actual girl.
not the actual girl.
What?
So look.
What?
Look, it's fishy. It's clear. Anybody who couldn't see this coming, you'd have to be, this is more predictable than the sun rising in the morning. Like
It
arguably more predictable. 'Cause sometimes you can't see the sun. You could see this coming.
You know the theory about Bill Cosby is that there's one theory is that he was going to buy this whole network and it was kind of going to be like BET, but like
Yeah.
positive BET, like not like twerking BET.
Nah,
and
that's-
as soon as he went to buy it, they started accusing him of things, and that's one theory, conspiracy theory.
Nah,
so
but that's
people
such.
say.
No. If it's one
Well,
accusation,
the point is,
like
once-
700 women came out and
once
accused
anyone
Bill
moves up
Cosby.
in the food chain, this is the point. They start getting accused of things. So Elon Musk just bought Twitter. He's
Yeah.
moving up. So blah.
Yeah, but
know?
you say they start getting accused of things. Sure, that's
Yeah.
why when you move up in the food chain,
Yeah.
you got to be careful. You can't go out. You can't get accused of stealing if you don't go
Yeah.
into the store.
Yeah.
I always want to have an alibi. That's why I always collect receipts at the gas station. You want a
Really?
receipt? Yeah, I'll take a receipt. Yeah, just always have an alibi. I was here
Really?
at this time. Yeah.
I've never thought of ever having an alibi. I don't think.
Yeah, you're a woman. Nobody falsely accuses women of anything unless they
Right.
have like a lot of money. But even still, women are so
Right.
protected. But anyways,
So I'm gonna stay broke.
yeah,
And then
stay
no one's
broke.
gonna accuse me of anything.
But yeah, no.
Stay broke, stay woke.
Elon's gonna beat this. He
Stay
he
woke.
came at it with humor, and
Yeah,
he
please.
said. You remember? Did you hear what he said?
No.
He said this isn't true. He said if they did see my penis, then they would be able to describe it and something. He's like, and something a mark or a tattoo or something
Ah.
that has never been seen
Okay.
publicly. So that's a little checkmate.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, they should start describing it.
And
I
then-
tune into that hearing. Describe Elon Musk's penis. Well, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I mean it's
What a weird thing to have to do in life.
Yeah,
And to be
imagine
news.
that deposition.
That's gonna be news too.
Yeah, I know.
Elon Musk's penis will become news.
Donald
What?
Trump's penis was news. Remember that with Stormy
No.
Daniels? She was like describing his
Oh, she was
penis.
for reals.
Imagine
Oh.
hating Donald Trump so much. You're like, what did his penis look like?
I don't want to know. I'm glad I didn't hear.
It's
I don't think
like-
it's right that I know what the president's penis is like. I have some respect. I put
They
some
say
respect
Bill
on it.
Clinton's tilted to the left.
Really?
That's what Monica Lewinsky said.
That's probably because Hillary went like this. We're lefties.
Ah, yeah, Hillary
was like,
broke it.
That's
And
why it
that's
goes
why they
up.
call her Crooked Hillary, because she made Bill's penis crooked.
That's right.
So struggling.
What's up?
Unbelievable. See, she gets it. She gets it.
Get a
So
few
struggling.
things. I don't get a lot of stuff.
No, but speaking of Monica Lewinsky, though,
Yeah.
that's old news, but it ties into something new. Johnny Depp's attorney,
Yeah.
the woman who everybody says is doing such a great job. Every time I see her, I see Monica Lewinsky, and now
Oh,
there's a rumor that they're sleeping together, which I think
Oh.
I'm not a male rights supremacist. I'll speak up if
You
I
know
think
what's
something's unfair
interesting?
to a woman.
I didn't hear that rumor, but I was being like, they'd be a good match. I was looking.
Yeah, they'd be a good match, but
Yeah.
I think it's demeaning because she's somewhat attractive
Uh-huh.
and a lawyer
Uh-huh.
that everyone's like, are they? I mean, I even thought it. I'm like, oh, are they?
Yeah.
No, they think it's human nature.
Yeah.
But then TMZ went up to her and they're like, are you and Johnny Depp dating? And
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like,
I feel like she'd be good for him.
I feel like I'm no male feminist, but I
Yeah.
just feel like if as a woman, if you're doing a really good job in your job and
Yeah.
you're defending an attractive guy, you're probably thinking in the back of your mind, like, is everybody gonna think that we're smashing? You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually gonna speak
you know,
up.
I never think of that ever.
I'm gonna dye my hair purple and
Yeah.
become a lesbian because I'm a feminist now. But
Yeah, I never think of that. I never think. And then anytime I hear anything like that, I'm like, me? What? Like, No, like, no, humans are gross. I'm not touching them.
But I
Trust
guess
me. This guy tried to make a rumor that I was sleeping with people, and 2 years later, he couldn't find it. He wanted to say, so he wrote a whole paragraph on my Facebook, and he's like, and everyone like makes fun of you because you're OCD and you're a germaphobe. And I'm like, which is it? Am I touching everyone or am I not touching her? So the guy couldn't like get the slut rumor to stick because
So
there's
he
no
accused
proof.
you
So he
of
accused me
being a slut
OCD.
and sleeping with everybody, but then he also accused you of being a germaphobe
2 years
who
later.
lives in a hazmat suit who doesn't want
Right,
to touch
because
anything.
it didn't
Wow.
pan out. Is that hilarious?
Huh.
Yeah, guys do that and whatever. It's just very funny. So I never think of that. I never worry about that because I'm like, no,
Who
I'm a
is this guy?
germaphobe.
Like, why did he have
It
a
was my
problem?
schmope from Bollywood. He just went a little crazy. I
Oh.
basically gave him an opportunity but he must have been in a paranoid sense. Maybe there were drugs involved that made him in a paranoid sense. I don't really know. But he took
Uh-oh.
my favor. And
You heard
thought
it
I
here,
was-
folks.
He took a favor and thought I was ripping his life apart and like stealing his contacts. I was like, no, I'm giving you contacts. Whatevs. Anyway,
Wow.
people be
Dun dun dun.
probably gonna have
TMZ.
to like blur the name on that one.
That's fine.
Anyway, anything more to say on Elon Musk scandal and the Camille girl you were saying? I think they'd be a good batch, by the way. And I think that if she saves his life and like rescues him from Amber Heard, what a cool like way to
And what
have
what
a
not a
girl.
better revenge?
What a
Let's say
great
he
girl.
does win $50 million lawsuit against her,
Yeah.
and then she finds out that he's sleeping with the woman who helped made that happen. Wow, that's a great revenge.
Right.
The only cherry on the cake would be icing on top of that would be if he gets his role back on Pirates of the Caribbean.
That would be cool. You think is it possible? He could.
They asked the Disney guy. They said right now
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
not an option, but the future is undetermined. So they're kind of like cat on the roofing that, which is basically like, well, you ever heard the cat on the roof theory?
Yeah.
You've heard it?
Yeah, but I don't know what it is.
The cat dies, right?
Okay.
But they don't want to tell the kids. They don't want to break the news to the kids right away. So they're like,
Right.
hey, kids, you know Fluffy, the cat? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He was on the roof. That prepares them for that cushions.
Right.
You don't just come in, the cat's dead.
Right.
Hey, guys, the kids, boys and girls? Yes, Daddy? The cat's on the roof. So then when you finally, the cat was never on the roof.
Right.
The cat's dead. Then when you finally tell them that the cat died, they were a little more mentally prepared for it. So that maybe that's what
yeah.
Disney's doing right now. They're cat on the roofing Johnny Depp returning to appease the wokest, crazy Johnny Depp. Although Johnny Depp isn't really getting
Never
that much
thought about
blowback,
that.
right? I feel like public
Wow.
sentiment is
No, I don't
very
think I've
much on
seen.
his side.
I've seen maybe 3 comments total, maybe
Yeah.
maybe 2, just saying like, oh, he's like abuser or whatever.
yeah,
like-
0.0001. So good
Yeah.
for Johnny. Good for
Yeah.
Johnny, right?
So real thing, I really do see some chemistry. I watched like maybe 30 seconds of this woman talking, and I was like, this woman, she's dressed in white, little symbolism. I feel like she's like an angel swooping in to help Johnny. So you know what? I would say I approve. You condone this relationship going forward. I feel like it's a great thing. Like,
What if
You know?
she just goes and bangs Amber instead?
that's wow.
You know, Amber Heard is bisexual.
Wow,
She's
I
openly out
know,
as
I
bisexual. She had a
heard.
what if twist? Dun dun dun.
Amber Heard
TMZ.
steals Camille from Johnny.
Yeah,
Oh
she's
my
so evil she would
God.
do that. She would go after her.
Oh my God.
Scissor time.
You know what? Let's say I was Johnny and Camille, I'm like this angel from heaven dressed in white, and she's so intelligent. She's saving my life from this evil Amber Heard. And then Amber takes her from me. Oh my God.
Amber. That's the next trial. Trial 2.
Amber stealing Johnny's new girl.
It was a long trial. The public was watching late night jokes, SNL. Camille, she did a good job. Thank you, Camille, if you're out there listening.
She's with Amber.
And I won my $51 million assessment against Amber. Still hasn't been paid. It hasn't been paid. She filed for Section 75 bankruptcy, and she was angry at me, misheard Amber, and she ended up in Camille's DMs on Instagram.
Wow.
She was like, hey,
That's rough.
you up?
Oh my God.
Camille said, what do you mean?
Oh my
She
God.
said, I know we're on opposing sides, but I couldn't help but respect you as a strong Hispanic woman of color
Camille's Hispanic?
defending my ex. And would you like to discuss feminism at the Starbucks I live on La Brea and Sunset, the one over there where the homeless people hang out next to 7-Eleven. And then she agreed because she's such a good woman. She thought, let's turn the other cheek. Maybe Amber had really changed. And then 3 weeks later, I received a WeTransfer of a 35-minute video
Wow.
from Ms. Heard, her email, taken on her iPad of Camille
Oh my God.
and
Wow.
Ms. Heard scissoring. And scene.
Okay.
So our last topic, we want to
Avoiding
close
people.
this episode with
Don't need that.
yeah. Goodbye set list. Avoiding
out.
people. You guys out there, you ever walk into a store and see an old pal and be like,
Yeah.
I just don't feel like stop
Yeah,
and chat.
No. Oh, no. Well, I'll tell you what I do. Just real simple aside. I used to only shop between the hours like 8, 9 to 5, so I wouldn't run into one ex for like a million years. Because every time I run into him, we get back together. Every time I'm getting an avocado, so I know what it's like to avoid people. I only would do my grocery shopping during working hours.
I went into AutoZone yesterday.
Yes.
I had a lot to do. And it's always, here's the thing. This is so important to avoid people that you could have a tight schedule and still go out of your way, waste time. I had a part for my Jeep that I wanted to wait in line for and request at AutoZone. You guys know how it works. I saw a guy who was the father of the kid in my grade, my brother's grade. He had all these siblings. I was friends with the whole family. The wife likes and comments on my stuff on Facebook.
Oh, that's really nice.
I
That's
just
nice.
didn't feel for a stop and chat.
Yeah, but he's a real nice.
I love
supportive
the whole
guy.
family.
You're just not always up to it. I'm not
You're just
up to
not
it.
always up. I was
not.
just concerned about my Jeep, so I
Yeah.
went and I hid in the back.
Oh
and
my
I
God, that's
peeping through, and I'm
hilarious.
like, and then you get paranoid. Like, does he see me peeping through? Does
Oh
he?
my God.
You know? And I know he saw me coming in.
That's funny.
So you know when you see somebody first, and then you walk but out of the corner of your eye, they're like, "Did they see me?" I saw him look directly
No,
at
you
me,
saw
so
him
I'm
see
like,
you?
"Oh," so I'm like, "Okay, is he playing the same game?" But he
Oh,
wouldn't play the same. He's too cool
no.
for that. But
He
sometimes
saw
I
you?
just don't feel for a stop and chat.
He definitely saw you.
I
You-
think he saw me, but it's not that big of a deal.
No,
We were
no.
never that close, but
Yeah.
it's still enough to be like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Catch up. Oh, the kids.
But did
that's
he
great."
see? Did he see you see him?
He didn't see me see him.
Okay, then you're clear.
But then
'Cause you could
I
have
was
been
in the
like,
back
"Whoop."
peeping through. Like, is he gone yet? Is he gone? And I could have sworn at one point he looked directly at me through all the tires and everything at the AutoZone. But no, but I'll go through extremes. Like,
I get caught.
I had a cab driver who used to pick me up from the train station. I'd come home late at night doing stand-up gigs and stuff, and he would ask about my career, and he'd be like, "How's it going?" But he would get so invested. It was like a Seinfeld character. He'd be like, "Does that club booking you? Are they not booking you? Do you want me to call them? You want me to call them?"
Aye.
He would tell me all these stories. He would drop me off at the house and then have me stay there. He's like, "Before you go, I got a story for you," and then keep me in there for like another 10 minutes. I was
No.
like, so it got to a point where he was too invested in my life.
Yeah.
He thought I was a
10 minutes
close
is too
friend.
much.
He wanted to keep talking to me. He would just pry too much. And he would also, like, I think he was a little mentally unwell. He would stand at the base of the staircase as commuters were coming home, and he would go, "You got to come with me. This other cab company, they had 13 accidents in the last year." And they would just sit there and take it, these cab drivers. And then finally, one day, this guy was like, "How dare you?" He's like, "We're all just trying to make a buck here. You don't see us screaming to shit on your cab company." He's like, "Let us all just be fair and let the customers pick whoever they want to pick." And then it almost got physical. So this guy's crazy. So long story short, I would literally go out of my way to avoid going down the steps where he would stand. But it would take me, like, I would go down, I would take the elevator, and then I would have to cross the street, and I would try to hide. And one time, it was a long day, and it was snowing, and I'm on this rail platform. But if I went to that platform, the stairs were a little further back, so I would avoid him. I literally jumped on the tracks and walked across. There was snow on the tracks. I could have died. There was a construction team. They were like, "What are you doing, bro?" I'm like, "Just, you don't understand." And I climbed back up, and I went down the stairs just to avoid this guy. And then, don't worry, there's a payoff here. So a little.
I was just wondering what that is. Thank you. I'm like,
Well, a
I'm
little
like,
while
where is
after,
it?
a little while after
What
that,
is
once
it?
again, it was another long day,
Yeah.
and it was such a long day, and I was so exhausted that I didn't even care to put up with him. So I went down the stairs, and I'm like, "Hey, old friend," and he's like, "Hey, pal, come on in. Long time no see." And this is how I know this guy's so twisted. He waited until I got to my house. I paid him, and then he turned around and said, "Look, I know sometimes, you don't say hi.
Oh my God.
You know, maybe you're avoiding me, but it was great seeing you." And I closed out. I'm like, creepy is that?
Yeah.
He knows that I was hiding from him, but
Yeah. Well, I think one of the last 2 times I've done that, I got caught. My neighbors know I hid, and
Is there anything worse than that feeling of getting caught? It's so embarrassing.
I mean, honestly, the next time I run into one person, if I ever have to, like, let's say you're in line at a store and you're ready to get out of line, yeah, I would. Whatever. Nope.
I
But
think a lot of people would, though.
I literally, the last time I saw him, I drove past him, so I'm like looking here. I think he possibly saw me see him in my windshield. Then I pulled over, and then I proceeded to really, there's something I have to get out of here. And I'm talking on the phone. There's no phone call. My phone's here. I was listening to music or like a podcast. But I literally had a 2-minute phone conversation. I know. Oh my God. Da-da-da. There's no one on the other end. I'm just like,
I've done the fake call. I've done the fake phone call.
2 minutes, and I saw him looking over. He's like ranting and raving on the phone. He's looking over, and I'm just like, yeah. It's so fake.
But I would
feel
say,
like
Jen,
he's
don't
gotta
feel
know.
bad
He's gotta
because
know.
I've been through it. You've been through it. I think a lot of the audience has been through it. And you know what? That was the one thing about that pandemic that I loved. Being anonymous under that damn mask.
Yeah, I never really wore the mask, so I just like. I just
don't
did my own thing.
try to out.
No, I'm trying to.
Don't try to out punk rock me because I didn't wear the mask a lot too.
I don't have examples really because it's been a very limited dose. I don't have
Well,
stories
I have
about
at least
it.
6 times that I would be on the train or see something, and I was just that mask.
Yeah,
and I was like,
it's comforting when you can do it. I know the feeling.
But then one girl recognized me in Home Depot, a chick that I haven't seen in like 10 years. She's like, "Jason Scoop." I had a hat on, sunglasses, and the mask, and she just went, "Jason Scoop," and I'm like, How, Sway?
Yeah.
How, Sway?
How? You couldn't avoid her. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
There's no avoiding this one. And there's no avoiding my neighbors. I don't really believe this. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know. Almost don't believe my dad. My dad told me that my neighbors know I was trying to avoid them. And I don't know. I just feel like, how would they know? Here, tell me. Okay, I really want to know. If I did this and you were here, I pull up to my driveway, right? Not talking to them, not in the state to talk to anybody for whatever reason, good, bad, whatever, who knows? Maybe I was in my own, wanted to listen to a song, who knows? I don't know. But I'm like, nope. So there's like, it feels like 7 kids or 7 people on the lawn or a lot of people. I'm like, nope.
How many kids?
No, I don't know. Just like, it was a lot of commotion to my left. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just pull in, be like, and I'm going to just be like, oh, look like something's really going on. So I have a concerned look on my face. I'm like, I'm searching all over the car. Venting, open the vent, open the windows, like I'm looking for something, like maybe there was an error in their mechanical error, I'm trying to figure something, I'm not trying to figure anything out, and then I crawl over to passenger side, and I look all over there, and then I open the door, and then I go out on this side to go up my door to avoid them on my left, right? So I crawl over and like tumble out of the car, and then when I got out of the car, I proceeded to walk around the car almost every inch, examine the tire. You know, I'm like, something's really wrong.
All this
and then I turn around and I walk inside like this. All this, so I don't
All
have
this
to.
because you couldn't just get out of the driver's side and
say
went,
hi.
hey.
Exactly.
Or you could have just looked at, with all that acting out you did, you couldn't just get out on this side and pretend that there was something in your immediate viewpoint, like, oh, over here?
No, I just couldn't go. I'm like, nope, not today. Better to crawl
And then
over.
your dad said that the neighbor spoke to him and was like, yeah, your daughter went out of her way, so you got caught.
Yeah, they told my dad, they're like, yeah, we know that she was trying to avoid
So
us.
what's
or
the
something.
lesson there?
Don't be
Just
afraid.
put up with it.
Don't be afraid of people. I avoid people. That's the whole theme of this podcast. Me avoiding people.
You know what? This is
I will
like
go to
this
great
is like therapy, because you know what? After I got all this out, next time
Yeah.
that happens and I walk into a store and I
Yeah.
see somebody, even no matter what, if I'm having a good day, a bad day, if life is great, if life
Yeah.
is terrible, I'm gonna say, hey Johnny, how you doing? Good seeing you. Take care, pal. You know,
Right.
just be more personable. But I think
I gotta
on,
work on that.
on that note,
Maybe
on
you
that
can help
positive
me.
note,
You know,
yeah.
tomorrow we're going to an event. We were supposed to drive Dina Lohan, Lindsay Lohan's mom, to the event tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not gonna say why it's not gonna happen. I don't want to reveal her life. But maybe you can help me tomorrow to learn to be more personable, because I don't know if you've noticed, but you're around me a lot. I'm just like, people, I go to places a lot. I'm like, I don't really want to talk to 94% of the people in this room. And I'm just
Good
like,
to network.
you've
It's
seen me
good
at
to
least once or
network.
twice. Go, nah, it is good to network, but it's exhausting.
Well,
So tell me tomorrow to be more out there and not crawl out of the passenger side door and
yeah.
avoid people.
And hey, maybe we'll have another opportunity to hang out with Dina Lohan, Lindsay's mom. But
I don't know if we'll be available, Dina.
But,
It looks like you missed your chance. I'm just
yeah.
kidding.
But yo, shout out Dina. We should have Dina.
Shout
on the
out
podcast. We
Dina,
could've
my love.
befriended her.
Shout out
We
Dina,
could
my
have
love.
networked with her and had her as a guest.
Could have.
We still could though. You have her assistant's phone number.
I do. Stephanie O.
Yeah. Stephanie.
So
Oh.
funny. So
All right,
funny. I got
guys.
a funny story about that one, but I won't tell it. That would have to be for Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's coming soon.
Or secret.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching episode 3.
It's a way to be. Eat your vegetables. Thank you.